Hi there, and welcome back to my channel, Now Art by Sim. Today, we are going to be recreating a nail set. Maniology has their Manny and Me subscription boxes, and I received the November 2025. Their manicure for that box is called Whimsical Winter, and it is a beautiful manicure set. So, without further ado, join me as we recreate this beautiful manicure. Hello there, and welcome to my channel, Nail Art by Sin. Today I am going to do, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this Manny and Me subscription box that I just received. Today is the 14th, and this comes from Maniology. So let me just open the box real quick. And I'm sure many of you know, but Maniology is based in Honolulu, Hawaii. So package actually did travel quite a bit to get to me. So this is your subscription box, and you can sign up for it monthly. I sign up for it every 6 months, so I pay for 6 months, and then I get my boxes monthly. So this is a month for November, and it is a Christmas design, of course, so that I can use it and put it together for December. So let me just kind of show you what's in here. So of course you get your 2 little postcards, and then there is your gift in here. And then I'm going to undo this, but it's got 2 plates, polishes, and I believe a sticker in there. So let's just kind of go over the cards. So it's a real pretty design on the card itself. It says Maniology, Manny and Me. I love the snowman, love the angel, the deer, and the Santa, and the little holly berries are so cute. And the doves, oh my goodness. Okay, so it says, unwrap a world of dainty holiday delights with this month's Manny and Me box, inspired by the charm of handcrafted ornaments and vintage holiday trimmings. Tinsel Trinkets captures the magic of the season in delicate detail. And so basically, the Manny inspiration that's on here, and they've titled it Whimsical Winter. Twinkle through the season, this whimsy look captures the charm of dainty trimmings, frosted sparkle, and festive wonder only in this month's Tinsel Trinket collection. Isn't that pretty? Wow. So I want to recreate, when I get their boxes, I love to recreate the actual the Manny that is the inspiration. So I'm going to do my best to recreate this with you. And of course you do get your step 1, 2, 3, and then it just kind of gives you all the different steps that you need to follow when you're doing that Manny. And okay, so let's undo this because I don't want to tear the paper. I'm a real stickler for keeping everything. Okay, so this is the sticker that comes with it. Every box you get a sticker, and they're cute stickers. I love them. Happy holidays, very vintage looking. Okay, I'll move this back a little bit. And let's look at the plates real quick. So the first plate is NP MXM164. Actually, I take it back. Let's look at the other plate. The first plate is this one right here. It says Twinkling Trinkets MXM163. and that is this one right here, NPMXM163. And you do get this little area here that you can scan to see more of the Manny and Me collections. So I haven't done that yet. I may do that and see what that's about. Okay. So this one has some real pretty little designs. Very whimsical Manny Christmas images on it. Oh my gosh, just love them all. Look at that. It says ho, ho, ho. Let me kind of move that a little bit. And of course, you're going to peel off. And I might just do that right now just so we can kind of see the plate real good, because I am going to be using the plate. So you always want to be sure to peel this off. Look at that. Just gorgeous, gorgeous. There's a little snowman, there's the angel, the Santa, the reindeer, the Christmas tree. Oh, this has some really pretty designs on it. Very nice. Okay. And it says Twinkling Trinkets, and that's the 163 plate. Features a flurry of hand-drawn patterns. Think garlands, snowflakes, ornaments, and festive flourishes. Dainty Delights is the MXM164, so that is going to be the second plate here, which is this one, NPMX164. And this one they're calling Dainty Delights. Again, has some very, very pretty designs on it. Let me go ahead and peel this off of here. Hold on. There you go. Get it started to peel it off. Oh, look at those. Wow. And this one, it does allow you to do the layered stamping on a few of these. And of course, you can always do the reverse stamping so that you can add color to your design. Beautiful. And to complement these designs, we've included 2 polishes to match the festive flair. Okay, so here are the polishes. And so these polishes, poinsettia is B568, and that is this one here. It says poinsettia B568, which is, oh, just a beautiful sparkly kind of mauve-y color. So gorgeous. Look at that. Okay, and we'll be sure to swatch on the top of that. And then the second one is Wintergreen B569, which is this one right here. Wintergreen B569. And it is a very, very shimmery green. You can see that shimmer right there. Gorgeous. Okay. And okay, so the poinsettia is a rich red stamping polish with dazzling silver halo glitter. And the winter green is a muted sage with a soft cream finish. Complete your look with this month's bonus, a rose gold detail brush. And so that is this brush that they've given you. And they say it's a rose gold, so that is because of the color of the brush. It does say Maniology on there. And it is going to be a very fine detail brush, which is really super, super nice. You can see that. So I'll be sure to use this. Leave this sitting out. Put this back in the box for right now. and perfect for precision painting and intricate accents. Note, early access polishes are only available in the Mani and Me box. So these are early access polishes. And yeah, so this is awesome. I'm going to go ahead and lay everything out that I need, and then we're going to go ahead and get started on recreating this beautiful image here. Inspiration, sorry. My brain's got a little fried. It's getting a little late. All right, we'll get started. Thank you. And we are ready to recreate the November Mani and Me subscription box manicure. I actually already did one hand, and I'm going to show that to you, and then we're going to get ready to do my other hand. So this is a set of press-on nails, and this is the Mani, and I did recreate this set right here. The only thing different I did was on the thumb. I really liked the little swirly lights with the heart. So instead of copying the nail to match the ring finger, I went ahead and used this other stamp. So, but I think it looks beautiful. I think it turned out wonderful. And so we're going to get ready to do the next hand. And I have my nails prepped and ready to go. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to paint these 3 nails white with white gel paint, or gel nail polish I should say. And so what I'm going to do is I have another 7mm bottle. This one is actually smaller than that. Let's see what size this is. I don't have the actual size here. It's a mini bottle, and it's Rosalinda. It came with the Rosalinda set. This is C001, and so I'm going to try to use this up. The other white gel polish that I could use is the Guibofu gel polish, and it's 002. I have several bottles of this as well. So I need to grab this. Hold on just a moment. It's kind of hard with gloves on. This is my swatch tip that I had on my Guibofu. This is the way I used to do them. I used to put fishing line in there, and then you can see it. I had them tied on there, but since then I've come up in the world and I've started using swatch rings, so I will swatch that one later because this fell off. All right, so we're going to go ahead and begin. I'm going to go ahead and get these. I'm going to use the white gel polish and get these painted white, and then I'll be right back. And I've already got the first coat on the tips, so I'm going to put on a second coat. And that should take just a few minutes. All right, that looks really good. And I'll do that to the other 2, and I'll be right back. All right, just finishing up this last tip with the second coat. And then we're going to cure them for 60 seconds. when I am getting ready to stamp, these nail tips have the 2 coats already of the Rosalinda white gel polish C001. I always put on a very thin coat of a no wipe top coat. There are several brands that I use, but the one that I normally gravitate to most is the Lavender Violets no wipe top coat, and it's because I never have a problem with it bubbling. Even if I over cure it, it just will not, it doesn't like wrinkle or anything. So I've already put the top coat on these, and they cured for 60 seconds, and these are ready to do stamping on. And I like to put a light thin top coat on my stamping nails, because if I do make a boo-boo and I need to erase the stamping, I just use non-acetone. I'm sorry, the 100% the 100%, I can't even talk, acetone, and it just removes all of the stamping polish perfectly, and then I can just start over. So that's why I do that. All right, so we are going to put these back up here, and these are ready for stamping. The other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put a base coat on these 2 nails, and these are the pointing finger and the pinky nails. And once I put on the base coat, it will help the stamping polish. That green right there, mint green, is a stamping polish. It just really helps it kind of adhere to the nail really good. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I tried to see if I could match up another one of my gel polishes with this one, but this does have a little shimmer to it, so I didn't want to risk not matching it correctly. So I thought, okay, I'll just use that polish, and it worked out perfect. So I'm using the Venalisa base coat here. I'm using that because I just purchased the base coat and the top coat, and just want to go ahead and try it out. And I did it on the other set of hands, the other set of tips that I already did, and it worked out perfect. So I'm going to use it on this one as well. I love the brushes. They almost look like little kabuki brush bristles, and they just go on so smooth. It's really nice. I actually just ordered a, I believe it was a 22-piece gel nail set from Venalisa, and it was $89. So I should be getting that by next Wednesday, and then I'll do a video swatching of those polishes when they arrive. Okay, well, that is in the lamp for 60 seconds. I am going to shake my bottle up with my little nail bottle shaker. It's a little loud, but it gets the job done. And then I'll end up putting this polish. Okay, so this nail polish or stamping polish is from Maniology, of course, and it came with the Mani and Me box, as I mentioned, for November, and it is a Christmas design. Whimsical Winter, it's the name of the design itself. So this is Winter Green B569, and so 2 of the nails in the design that I'm recreating is for the pinky and the point finger, and so I'm going to go ahead and use the stamping polish to cover these 2 tips. And I've already put the base coat on, to help the stamping polish adhere a little better. So let's just get this on here. Stamping polish, when you polish a nail with it, really goes on a little differently than a regular gel polish. It's not as thick. So, and you will just need one coat of it. So there you go. And this is going to be air dry. It will not need to be cured because it is a stamping polish. So I'm going to set these in my regular nail dryer, which just blows out cool air, just to kind of expedite the drying time a little bit more. It shouldn't take too long to dry. Okay, these are ready. And I have my regular nail dryer back here. You can see it just there. So I'm going to set both of these nail tips there. And I'm going to turn it on. And that should take about 3 to 4 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this video. These are the two tips that were painted with the stamping polish, and right now I'm going to put a very thin coat of no wipe top coat on these as well, so that I can easily stamp on these. And so I had these drying under the regular air nail dryer, and they dried for 4 minutes, so they were completely dry before I put the gel top coat on. Alright, so now these are going to be cured for 60 seconds. The first stamp that we're going to be working on, the first tip, is going to be the thumb. Let me move these back just a little bit so I can have a little more room here. Just push that back. There you go. Alright. So this is the thumb, and we are going to use this beautiful, the stamping plate is MXM163, and the design card actually says, let's see here, this plate here is called the Twinkling Trinkets MXM163. It features a flurry of hand-drawn patterns. Think garlands, snowflakes, ornaments, and festive flourishes. Dainty Delights is the next plate. And that one is called, it's number MXM164. And that is, pull that next one out. That one is this one right here, MXM164. This one's called Dainty Delights, and it adds layering elements like tiny trees, candy canes, ornaments to build your dainty holiday scene with the charm and creativity. So we'll put that off to the side because we are going to use the first one, the Twinkling Trinkets. And this one has this real pretty design on it. It's a little heart. It looks like a garland with little, well, it looks like Christmas lights, actually, I should say. It's got little twinkly lights and the little hearts on it. So that's the one that we're going to use with the Poinsettia B568. And you can tell from the color that this is just a beautiful, beautiful, sparkly, shimmery, real pretty color. It's called a stamping art polish is what they are calling the stamping polishes. So it's poinsettia B568. So let's start with this. And let's see. Okay. And I'm going to go at a 45-degree angle. And I'm going to use my Maniology little cubed. And I'm going to redo it. Now what I'm finding out with this polish is I had to try it a couple of times because it's, I don't know if it's because of the shimmery glittery stuff in there, but it's having a hard time picking up the design. So I'm going to try this again. I'm going to use my little roller here to clean off my stamper. See if I can maybe get this straight in here. Okay, now let me try this again. I'm going to clean off the plate. And I am going to use my little Maniology cotton. I don't know what they call this, I forget, but it's it picks up the cotton piece. So I'm going to stretch this out just a tiny bit. Give it some little wiggle room there. And there you go. I am using my 100% acetone to clean this off. Yeah, it's even a little hard to get all that glittery stuff from the polish off of the plate, is what I noticed. So we're going to let that dry a little bit. And let's try again. I've got to be really quick with this. Oops, I'm going over the wrong one. I'm so sorry. I'll clean it off of here before it dries. Okay. Try this again. And that picked it up perfect, actually. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so we're going to stamp this onto our nail tip. You get it very centered there. Okay. Now I feel like it does need a little bit more here on the side and a little tiny bit down here on the bottom. So I'm going to grab just a little bit more. I'll clean this off again. Now normally when I'm using just regular Maniology polish, I'm able to hold the pen, the cotton holder just like this. But for some reason, because of the shimmer, I am having to press down a little bit harder and I don't want to scratch the plate. So just being very careful with my grabber here. All right, let me make sure I dry this off. And let's grab a little bit more of this plate here. I'm just going to do like the top part. Maybe I'll do the side and the top part. That'll give me a little bit more. All right, here we go. Going to do a little bit more here on the bottom. Let me see here. Okay. That's a little bit more. And then I'm going to do a little bit here on this side. So let me give it a little of this. There you go. There. That looks perfect. Check that out, see? I really could do a little bit more here on top. I don't want to ruin this, but excuse me, let me just tap a little bit of this off. I'm gonna do just this little corner here. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I like that. I think it's fine. I don't want to take a chance that I'm trying to do too much. So I am going to clean this off. I'm going to put this right here so you can see what I'm doing. There you go, that cleans it off pretty good. All right. And so I'm gonna let that dry a little bit before I put the top coat on it. So again, maneuver this around just a tiny bit so that I can grab the other side. There you go. And now I'm going to use my acetone, 100% acetone, and get this cleaned off. So you can see that the color really like gets embedded in to the plate. So you really have to make sure you get it all off, so that when you go to use the plate or that design the next time, the polish is not dried on. There you go. All right. Now, when I was doing this before, when I did the other hand, I was having a hard time with actually both of these plates. I had to redo them I don't know how many times. And so I'm gonna just pray that this works quickly and I don't have to redo it 100 times like I did the last time. Okay, so we're gonna try and do this one here. And what that is gonna entail is going to take this one here. So what you do is you stamp the whole image and then you erase the little designs there. The little green designs, you're going to erase those. so you're going to have blank white spaces there. And then I went in and did these one by one, which probably took a little bit longer to do, but I just had to do it that way because I was having some issues with transferring the images and having them fit directly in the square. So I just took a couple minutes longer to do it the other way after 100 tries. Okay, so let's do that. So again, it's a white tip, and we're still using the Maniology cubed stamper, and I'm going to do this one here because I want all of the little dots stamped so that I can use that. All right, let's get this out of the way. Okay, now. All right, so you can see that it did pick up all of the dots, and I'm going to take a few minutes and use a piece of tape to erase all of the little images off. I'll be back. So I'm just going to record a little bit of this showing you how I'm going to be removing these little designs. I have to be very, very careful because I don't want to remove any of the dots. So okay, so that's that. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm going to fold this like this. There's probably an easier way. If anybody knows, please comment below and let me know, or if there is a tool that will do this. I tried to do it with a silicone tool, but it just would not pick up. So this is the easiest way that I found that it works. So I did that, and then I'm cutting this at an angle so that I can use the tip of it. And that is how I found was the easiest way for me to remove these little designs. Okay. There you go. And when I'm ready for a new tip, just clip it off and keep going. So that is what I am going to be working on, and I will be back when I get these all done. This is what the design should look like once you finish removing all of the little images there and just leave the little dots. So that's what we have done, and I think it looks pretty good actually. So now I am going to put just a tiny thin layer of a base coat on this thing. I'm probably going to let this dry for just a moment because I don't want it to smudge on me. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this image, which is this one right here, and we are going to do it in green. we are going to do it in the Wintergreen B569. And so I've got to do the whole image and then remove these little images in there too, so that I only have the green left. So that's what we're going to work on right now. This is another one that I seem to have. I had a difficult time. I had to do it several times, so let's just hope that this works quickly. All right, let's see here. And that looks good. Not very straight, but that's okay because I could put it straight. And right now I'm going to go in and remove the little images. So that's what we're going to do right now. And I'm going to let you watch me do just a couple of these. So basically I've taken a little piece of tape. Let's see. There you go. They're coming off pretty easy. Okay, so now I've got to get the inside little images off, so I'm going to work on doing that. Okay, so I already put my Orally Bonder on this nail tip, and I'm just waiting for it to get tacky. It should take about 30 to 60 seconds, and try not to let it go longer than that, because then it will, the tackiness will not work. It's a good idea to clean your plate off as soon as you use it. I forgot to do that because it's harder to remove the gel polish. It gets embedded in the little grooves. That looks pretty good. All right. It should be ready in just a second. Right, I think it should be about ready, and we're going to go this way. So I'm trying to get this on straight. Let me take off this one here because it's kind of crooked. Let me see here. try to remove this one. I can always go in and add another little line, another segment of lines. And we're going to try to remove this one here as well. I think that should be good. All right, let's try that. Okay, so here we go. All right. It looks like I may just be able to add one more there, which I've got a square there that I can add. Okay, there you go. That should be okay. And I can remove that little one right there, that little boo-boo. It's this one right here. I'm trying to grab that little piece right here. There you go. All right. That looks good enough. That looks great. Not perfect, but it looks good. All right, so now I'm going to take the little images. I'm going to do the same thing. Actually, I'll let this dry and we'll work on the other one. So I need to go back up here and pick up some of the little images in between the little dots. And I'm going to do that in the green. So I'm going to do them one by one. So the first one I'm going to do is, let me see if I can grab these two together. Nope, that did not work. Waited too long. Okay, let's try that again. Let's try that again. Okay, let me try this. See how this works. Alright, so I did these 4. Now I'm going to try to do the ones up on top. I'm going to do something a little bit different than this design right here on this white tip. I think I'm going to do this design right here, and I'm going to try to pick up everything in the green and then remove the bigger snowflakes, and then I'm going to come back with the poinsettia B568, and I'm going to see if I can get some poinsettias in there. Excuse me, I had the hiccups. Oh my goodness, how rude, Cindy. My real name is Cindy. I just go by Sin. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and try that. On this last white tip, I am going to do this design instead of mimicking this one here. I'm going to try it. I'm going to do the whole thing in green, and then I'm going to come back and remove some of the bigger snowflakes, and then I'll try to go in and put them in one by one. So let's try that. We're going to do this in green. See if I can get it all in one. Now, if I can't, I'm going to have to go wash the stamper with some warm water and some little Dawn soap, because I'm having a little bit of a trouble picking up the designs. I find myself having to do it more than once. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Okay, this came out perfect. I actually like this. All right, so let me go in and get me some tape. And what I'm going to do is we are going to fold this. Excuse me, let me do this on the side here, and then I'll come back. This will just take me a second to do. All right, so I have just folded it like this. And now, let me clip the end of it. Now let me go in and remove some of these little snowflakes. we'll remove this big one right here. There we go. All right, I'll clip this again. All right. I'm going to remove this one here. Right. And I'm going to remove this one right here. Let me remove this little one. There you go. I'll remove this little one here. All right, I think I've removed most of them, so let me get this. I'm going to put some Orally Bonder on here so it will get tacky. Should get tacky in about 30 to 60 seconds, so we'll let that get tacky for a second. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of place this on here. And then I'll come back and do the snowflakes. There you go. We'll put one here, one there, one there, and one there. I'll just put 4 little ones. Okay. That looks nice. Let me clean this up. I think I'm going to do them one at a time. Okay. We're going to do the big one first. So that's this big one right here. Okay. Get that lifted. And let me erase all the rest of this. So we will put this right here. All right. And now we're going to do one of the bigger ones. Okay. it is. Again. Erase all these little ones here. We'll put this one right here. And I'll grab a couple of the little ones. Let's see. Grab these right here. There's 3 of them. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Okay, this one got the end. All right, let's see here. I will do these 2 right here. And I'll do a little one up there. There you go. Try and do a little one right up in here. Let's do this little one right there. Yep. Yippers. All right, that looks good. That looks awesome. I think that looks real nice. Maybe I should put a tiny one about right there. Maybe. Well, first, let me see if maybe I can get, if I can remove that little spot. I think I need a new Q-tip. Hold on. There you go. This is the last one that we're going to do. There you go. There you go. It's perfect. I think I'm going to do a little green in the area. There you go. Okay. There. That's perfect. I have one tip here where I need to add some color, so I'm going to put a couple of bigger snowflakes there in the red color. We're going to use these little snowflakes right here. That's perfect. Take this off, just like that. This is perfect. And we're going to do this off to the side a little bit, maybe like that. Oh, that's beautiful. And then I'm going to put some little ones down here. So let me get this cleaned up too. Maybe I should do the Merry Xmas. I like that. We'll try that. There you go. I don't know if I like that or not. For that tip anyways. Maybe we should do let's do some more snowflakes. Or maybe some little string lights. I think string lights, something different. Okay. Yep. There you go. Let's pick that up. right, now we're going to just do this. There you go. And that looks wonderful, just like that. How about that? Get a top coat on that. I'm going to go ahead and put my lavender violet top coat on all of these that don't have it. Actually, I just backed up. I need to do something on these two nails here. All right, let's see what I can do. Give me a second. All right, I think I'm going to use white stamping polish, and this is Puin White. And the number on this is Pure White 806 Puin. I might just do the little white doves in the corner. Don't want to do too much because I don't, the other ones don't have a lot on them. There you go. That's beautiful. All right, so let's put that on this one. I'll get that off of there. All right. All right, that looks beautiful. And on this one, let's do the ho 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 in white. We're going to do the ho ho ho. Okay. There you go. That is a great stamping polish. Puin is. All right, let's see. We will just do that right there. Perfect. Okay. Clean this plate real quick before it dries on there. And let's get this up here so you can have a good little look-see of the final before I put the top coats on them. These look beautiful. They turned out great. I'm just really pleased with this set. All right, look at that. So pretty. Very, very nice. So I hope that you like the recreation of the Whimsical Winter, and I just changed it up just a tiny bit on a couple of nails, but I think they look beautiful. They're wonderful, actually. All right. Here is an overview image of November 2025 Maniology's Manny and Me Whimsical Winter manicure that I recreated. I know this video is a little long, and if you stayed with me this long to watch it in its entirety, I do appreciate it. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Also, remember that when you watch my videos, you're going to get real-time videos. I usually don't go in and edit out mistakes or boo-boos because I want you to see exactly just about how long it's going to take you to to do the design that I'm doing. So thank you again and have a blessed day. Nail Art by Zen. Come back and join me for more videos.